This is Ranger Dobson. The question is, should he live or be blown up with the exploding collar? I think it's time to get into this video. 3, 2, 1, let's yam. Let's start with an introduction to the NPC Ranger Dobson. Dobson is an NCR Ranger that can be found around the Hidden Valley bunker. He is currently looking to take out Cook and any powder ganger he sees. He despises them because they prey on civilians and caravans. He is the literal definition of Ut Defendant, that I may protect. And if any, Hokies out there, Ut Prosum, that I may serve, can we get an Ut Prosum in chat for any Hokie veterans out there? To any Hokie birds, or as my grandma called them, she called me the Ho birds. My grandmother is a very Catholic, wonderful Christian lady, but she's like, the Ho birds, I don't really get that. We're called Hokies, Grandma, not hoes. Anyways, as for his context in the game, Dobson is there to give you, the player, the courier, a taste of the NCR Rangers. He is one of the tamest of all the NCR Rangers, but still a die-hard Ranger. Now let's talk about some positive aspects of Ranger Dobson. Narratively, Ranger Dobson helps show the different factions and how they interact and feel about each other. He helps show the player, you, the courier, that the powder gangers are a bunch of murderous thugs. They're just vile human beings. Ranger Dobson, along with the Brotherhood of Steel that are found within Hidden Bunker, hit or miss, like the joke I just made. Editor, you can take that out.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Ranger Dobson just helps show, along with the Brotherhood of Steel people there in the Hidden Valley bunker, that there is just so much distrust between the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel, which you learn a little bit more about as the world goes on. But I feel like Ranger Dobson, as well as the Brotherhood of Steel there, help kind of push that narration forward of the NCR and the Brotherhood of Steel do not like each other for a lot of reasons. They've killed each other a lot. Just go to Helios 1 and talk to some of the NCR Rangers there. Speaking of Helios 1, you should check out my video about Mr. Fantastic over at Helios 1. My editor's going to put it there, or I'm going to put it there, or I'm not going to remember to do it at all, and you guys can just watch me point at stuff in the screen with my script in my room as I talk to a camera alone. I enjoy that Ranger Dobson takes his job very seriously, but he also knows how to joke around. He's a jokester. He reminds me a lot of myself. I know when it's time to get the work done and when it's time to get the job done, but man, do I enjoy just cutting up. If my boss ever watches this video, they'll agree wholeheartedly. If I ever get my boss in one of these videos, they'll wholeheartedly agree. And Ranger Dobson's bosses agree as well with that statement of, he jokes around a little bit too much, even on the radio. The official comm communications between the NCR and him, he jokes around a little bit too much. So he reminds me a lot of me. Another amazing thing about Ranger Dobson is his forgiving and lighthearted nature. I mean, he's even willing to forgive the courier and let them go after you admit to rigging his radio with a bomb. As for his player interaction, Ranger Dobson has a pretty enjoyable quest line. That is, if you even choose to go forward with it. Otherwise, he just makes a few jokes and runs away or if you can convince him that you're a crazy dude in your underwear surrounded by a dead rat of scorpions. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and leave. Now let's talk about some negative aspects of the NPC Ranger Dobson. Ranger Dobson just might ruin your story as a courier if you like the Legion, just because he's so charismatic and baller. So he might ruin it if you're one of those Legionnaires that wears a wolf hat. Wait a minute. Is that why there's so many furries in this community? Show enough. It makes sense now. Let's get back to the video. We're getting distracted left, right, and center today. As for some criticisms about his gameplay mechanics, He rigs his base with explosives, which I'm not a big fan of because I nor my editor definitely did not die during the process of making those videos, and I've never died to that whenever I did his quest because I'm just that Chad. But maybe some of you guys have died to the explosive that he rigs in his base when you're trying to do the quest line, but I definitely haven't. Now here are some reasons to let Ranger Dobson live. He's a good guy, and we all love that about him. He's lighthearted, he's awesome. Very few people can joke around about everything and about stuff like he does, and that's enjoyable. He's also a ranger, so if you're an NCR affiliated with the NCR, you're probably not going to want to kill a ranger, unless he makes you mad. But if Ranger Dobson makes you mad, you need to go see a therapist. That's all I gotta say. His main goal in life is to help people, and there's few people in life like that now, and even less in Fallout. That's probably the biggest reason to let him live. Now here are some reasons to let Ranger Dobson not live. He is a ranger. Maybe you are pro-legionnaire with your, once again, wolf hat on, and you go around and you just annihilate all the NCR rangers, troops, etc. Another thing is you don't like nice people, which it just kind of goes back around to you need therapy, pal, if you don't like Ranger Dobson. That's okay, though. That's okay. Therapy's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing, actually. And, of course, everyone's favorite reason. Say it with me, everybody.
XP.
All in all, Ranger Dobson is a certified Chad, protecting the innocent people of the Mojave. And he's also really funny. Personally, I just convinced him to leave the first time I talked to him. I don't want him to get all wrapped around and wrapped up in all this craziness with the Brotherhood of Steel, and also it's just the easiest way to get quests done, and I'm all about efficiency. The question is, what do you do? Now that you know what I do with Ranger Dobson, you're probably wondering what I do with a million other NPCs. And I can tell you one. Right there is one that YouTube thinks you'd like, and I think you'd like to hear about Oliver Swanik. See you later, Tater. That was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but there's your extra outro clip, guys.